Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Smiling with Erin D, and we're back to talk about ghosts. This is a CBS original show. It's also on Paramount Plus, and we are starting from episode 2 today. The episode is called Hello. I love this show, but let's get into it. So we see Sam going into the bathroom, kind of freaked out. She hears some noises. She goes to the bathtub with the curtain around it, can hear some spooky noises. She grabs the curtain, opens it up, and a bird flies out. Sam seems so relieved and calm and like, oh, because she's afraid she's seeing ghosts again. And of course, that's when Pete enters. I love Pete and his friendliness. I love that he went in there to see if she could still see him, and she can. And it freaks her out. And then she grabs the toilet brush and tries to chase after Pete, who runs through the door. She tries to run through the door, not thinking about it, and smack, she lands on him behind. We see then Pete go to the living room. All the ghosts are gathered, sitting, waiting for Pete to return, because obviously they had sent him. And Pete goes, yep, she can still see us. So the ghosts are happy, but dividing a plan. They still seem to want Sam and Jay to leave. They don't want their house turned into a hotel. They don't want their house changed. They like their living situation. They're comfortable. Pete wants to be friends with everybody. I love Pete. He's such a pleaser and so friendly. But besides Pete, everybody else wants Sam gone. So they devise a plan. Isaac is the biggest pusher of this plan, in my opinion. He decides they should just annoy Sam so she cannot ignore them. Because Sam and Jay have talked in the meantime, and Jay has convinced Sam that these ghosts are not real. This is just from her concussion. She's just seeing things. So the ghosts decide they're going to annoy Sam into realizing they are there. So it begins. They all follow her around. They're driving her nuts. Sam is not saying anything to them. Sam is ignoring them. She'll slip up here and there, but she'll go, no, I'm not talking to you. And they're like, you just did. It's kind of comedic. Also, I love the ghost thoroughness to annoy her. They are really going at it. Hetty gets highly annoyed during these scenes because Jay has put a hole in her wall, in her bedroom wall, into Flower's room. Flower is, of course, very excited about this. Flower reminds me of a little sister that just wants to be part of the party from her older sister. So she is definitely taking advantage of this hole, saying they can talk about the other ghosts, which boy they're attracted to, and Hetty is not having any of it. Worse, later to cover up the hole, Jay decides to put this big, gigantic picture up that he has found, which is Hetty's husband. Not ex-husband, but husband. That we will get to know in later episodes, but to say the least, Hetty is not fond of this man. So we get to know a little bit about Hetty already, that Hetty has a story with her husband. So then we go back and Sam decides she's going to see the doctor. So she goes in, sits at the doctor's, is talking to the doctor. Doctor is reassuring her that the ghosts are real and that this is permanent, basically. And then when she's kind of like, he goes, but now I'm going to let you talk to your alive doctor. And Sam realizes she's been talking to a dead doctor. The man died when he was in his 50s. Poor Sam realizes wherever she goes, she's going to see ghosts. And she realizes it's real, despite what her real alive doctor suggests. She does not care. She knows it's true now. So she gets in the car with Jay to drive back. Jay is still like, are you going to do an MRI? I think that's what they said. But some medical test. And Sam says no, because it's real. I see ghosts wherever I go, and if it wasn't real, I'd be seeing the same ghosts wherever I go, but I'm seeing different ones. So Sam has come to accept her reality. Jay is not so fond of it, and then they get back to the house. Sam confronts the ghost and says, "What do you want from me?" They tell her they want her out, and she says no. She said they've invested all their money. This is where they're staying. They own the house. So let's figure out a way to live together, because first she wants them out, realize that they can't leave either. So they're all stuck together, and Sam wants to make it livable, not in her face every second. So all the ghosts come up with what they want. A lot of it is ridiculous. Alberta wants the 10 people most likely to have killed her to be invited to a dinner and to revoke revenge when they figure out who actually killed Alberta. She says no to this. Thor is the most practical, though the hardest to understand. Thankfully, the other ghosts explain he wants to see his own kind once a day in the little box. And they explain, Pete explains he wants to see Vikings on the TV. Sam decides that's good. They also will have the radio on more, so Pete's excited so they can dance. And they all really seem like it's a compromise. And my favorite part was when Sam turned around and says, "Pete, what do you want?" And he says, "I just want to say hello." This episode, it's really cute, and we get to know a little bit about the characters, sort of like a taste. But we see that we're going to get to know them better and their stories. I love each of their stories, and we get to see that some are coming. We get to see their personalities more, with Flower more like the little sister, and Hetty's more like the big sister, like get lost, and Flower's like, I want to be with you all the time. Totally relatable that way. Even though they're not sisters, you can see the family dynamic that has built up over the years that they've been together. I love that this episode is called Hello, because it really is. It's hello to Sam, but it's also hello when Flower gets to say hello through the wall that has been broken down. Pete just wants to say hello the whole time to Sam. I love it. It's perfectly named, and I love where we're going. So join me next week as we go into episode 3 from season 1. Thanks for joining, and find a reason to smile today. Bye, everybody.